Hello people of BookTube, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today, I'm going to be talking about The Iron Queen by Julie Kagawa, and this is the third book in the Iron Fae series. So we ended the last book with both Megan and Ash being banished from the Never Never. Megan can now go about her normal life. She has her future again, with Ash by her side. So naturally, the first thing that she plans to do is to return home. Unfortunately, the Iron Fae are still out there and they are still after her. The False King still wants her. And worse, they know where she lives. So there were some Iron Fae waiting for her to return home for them to snatch her up. Thankfully, Megan and Ash managed to fight them off, but because of the Iron Fae still being after her, she cannot return home just yet. And on top of that, her glamour is acting up. She was able to use summer glamour in the past, but when the summer glamour was bound away by Queen Mab, that left her access to only the iron glamour that she discovered she had control over in the last book. Now if she tries to use either of them, she feels horribly sick, horribly nauseous, almost passes out, and that is a problem, especially with the Iron Fae after them. So poor Megan just can't seem to get a break. So because this is the third book in a series, there's not much I can say other than that without risking spoilers. I gotta say, this might be one of my favorite books in the series. It definitely is not my all-time favorite. It might be the maybe second or third favorite I have in this series, because I really enjoyed how it was concluded. I enjoyed the creativity. So since stupid Megan didn't remember to add in the beginning, this is a re-review. I reviewed this at the very start of my BookTube channel, and I am re-reviewing the series because it's been a hot minute, and yeah. The original review will be somewhere up in the description cards, as will the review for the previous book in the series. Anyway, I still enjoy this series from the bottom of my heart. Very nostalgic, very fun, very enjoyable still. I feel in this book especially, Megan has gone through quite a big character development. I feel that you can definitely see some growth in her character compared to the last two books. And just, I really enjoyed how Julie Kagawa concluded this book. This is the last book with Megan as the protagonist. There is one more book in this part of the Iron Fae series, but that follows a different character that we know and love. I'm not gonna say because spoilers, but yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I definitely got a little emotional during this one, especially at the end. Honestly, I knew it was coming. I knew exactly how this would end, but I still got emotional. And in my mind, a book that can still make me emotional like that, even after a reread, is a good book in my mind. In my mind, an author did a fantastic job if I can still proceed to get emotional during emotional bits, even when I know exactly what is gonna happen. Yeah, great continuation of this series. I definitely look forward to rereading the fourth book, The Iron Knight, and yeah, not too much more I can add without going into spoilers, so without further ado, I'm going to go into a spoilery bit, so if you have not finished The Iron Queen yet, highly suggest you click away and do so now. So, where do I want to begin with this? So, I still adore Puck, but once again, a little frustrated with him. Him acting so shocked that Megan and Ash are a couple. It's like, Puck, can you really be that surprised? She willingly allowed herself to be banished just so she could follow Ash. You can't be that surprised that she chose Ash over you, and I went on a whole tangent about it in the last review, I believe, so I'm not going to dwell too much on that, but I do like how he got over it. I also do like how Ash pointed out to Megan, he's had like 11 years to make a move. It's his own fault for not acting sooner, yada yada yada. That is also a very fair point. And even if he had made his move sooner, who's to say that Megan would still feel the same? You can't force yourself to fall in love or out of love with someone, it just is. I do believe I had a few other talking points, but for the life of me, I am blanking out, so I'm just gonna bite the bullet and jump right to what I feel is kind of obvious, especially when looking at the title for this book. It's not a surprise that Megan became the next ruler of the Iron Fae. I do think the dream she's been having with the previous Iron King, King Machina, I still don't know how to say his name. I've been reading it as Machina. I do like, you know, the dreams with him representing the Iron Glamour she now has control over, was clever, and yeah, just based on the title, it's no surprise that Megan is the Iron Queen. And also her being willing to sacrifice herself for the better of everyone was very heartwarming, very adult of her. And also the whole concept of her blending the two glamours together. How when you separately, they're not going to cooperate together, but when she combines them, she has a whole new type of glamour. Summer and iron, old and new combined, and how this new union managed to take down the false king, the former Iron King, Ferrum, just everything about that I freaking loved. And like I said, Megan's sacrifice, how the power of the Iron King cannot just be taken and either has to be willingly given at the edge of death or it vanishes. How she knew this and she still let Ferrum strike that killing blow. I don't know, I guess I'm just a sucker for self-sacrificing. Anyway, as she's dying and begging Ash to take her to the tree, and just my heart was breaking during like that whole scene. And then Puck begging Ash not to do it, to take her to a healer, they can still maybe save her, and especially since Ash is Megan's knight now, so if Megan dies, Ash is gonna die, and just how he's gonna lose his two friends. My heart ached for just everybody. And then at the tree, Megan ordering Ash away after freeing him from his vow of being a knight to save him, and just that whole scene got me super like choked up too. Her wishing him the best while she is dying. And like, it's okay if you hate me, it's probably for the best if you do, help you move on. I can't take you down with me, and I'm just like, my heart is breaking. And then her just surviving because her and the land are connected now, and just her and Ash being unable to be together because he can't survive in the Iron Realm and Megan can't give up her responsibilities. And then the epilogue where she's visiting home to explain to her mom and all that, and oh my god, the whole ending was just yanking at my heartstrings. And also backtracking, Ash becoming Megan's knight was amazing, and just I really enjoyed this book in the series. I don't think it was one of my favorites when I first read it for this channel, but it definitely is one of my favorites now. If I remember correctly, I think the Iron Knight was my all-time favorite of the series, but this one might be a close second at this point. But yeah, no, I'm excited to reread the Iron Knight, get some Ash and Puck, and just their shenanigans, and I am so looking forward to it. So I'm sorry, I wish I had something more substantial to say for this review. All I can think of is just gushing about how much I loved it, and don't think that'd be that very entertaining to watch, so I'm just gonna stop myself here. For anyone still watching, what did you think of this addition to the series? Did you love it? Did you dislike it? Are you somewhere in between? What were some parts that you liked that I didn't talk about? What are some parts that you didn't like? Let me know. Let's get a discussion going. So yeah, that is it for this book review, and I hope to see you guys next time.